Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream show. This live stream show, well, it's called Road to the Cup. Live stream number 1. That's right. I'm going to make an attempt as the Pot Squatch here at Pot Squatch Growers. I'm going to try to do a bit of a live stream show, even if they're not huge each one, every single day, quote unquote, on the road to the Cup. I'll even try to do a live tomorrow from the Cannabis Culture Halloween Ball if I can. We'll see. Or at least I can make a video clip or two and upload those when we get back from the event tomorrow. So that's tomorrow. We're going to the Cannabis Culture Halloween Ball, quote unquote, down in the Vancouver. So it'll be a good one there. What's up, Adam Squatch? What's up, Hemp Slayer? What's up, Blop Jones? What's up, Steve G? What's up, Northern Rivers Warriors? What's up, Cindy Bachman? Any relation to Randy Bachman, Cindy Bachman? If so, tell them thank you for the music. What's up, Ozzy Squatch? What's up, Mike Safe Right Guy? What's up, the Green Menace? Cheers to you as well. But hell, let's head into the titties for now. Whoa. Are you actually related to Cindy Bachman? Because that's fucking dope. Really? Ha! Okay, well, one, tell Randy. I saw a concert of him in Vancouver. I think it was the Queen Elizabeth Theatre or some little theater. I think it was in West Van or North Van. It was years ago. I would have been young. I was maybe 17. And tell him, one, I've been a fan of all of his bands and music my entire life. Some of the very first ever albums purchased for me by my parents were BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive, baby. I mean, it was amazing. And so just tell your uncle, I saw him perform with a backup band in Vancouver many, many moons ago, years ago. And he shared a lot of personal stories about how the songs came about. I got to hear about how American Woman happened. So tell him he's got a big fan in the Pot Squatch. Crazy Canadian growing weed titties. And so tell him, fuck yeah, rock and roll, man. So cool. Love his music. And tell him if I ever get to meet him one day, I'll buy him a beer. And if he smokes dope, one on me, man. No, seriously, man. Oh, it was cool. Probably my favorite part of the whole night was hearing the story about American Woman and how he was out back and, smoking, talking to some ladies and shit. And the bands are like, what the fuck? So they're on set trying to be like, where the fuck's Randy, man? Where the fuck's Randy, man? And like, oh shit. And then they just freestyled the jam on that song. And then it turned into one of their biggest songs ever. So fucking super cool. What's up, Chris Bryan? Thank you for sharing the links, Adam Squatch. Everyone, if you notice the links that Adam Squatch has shared, those are the links to buying your very own Squatch lighting systems as well. Or it is. It's the Guess Who, though. Or no. I'm getting all confused in my head now. Randy Bachman was the one who came up, though. Or it was part of the band of the Guess Who as well. BTO is another band. Came up with the song. And they kind of just freestyled it, and they actually thought they forgot the lick. It was the lick. The lick that they were playing in that one was like this bum 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 bum, which we all classically know. For the life of them, none of the musicians after the fucking show could remember how the fucking lick went, and they were like, "Fuck, that was like one of our best fucking songs. What the fuck?" And luckily, there was someone actually in the audience with a recorder, a little tape recorder, who got it for them and actually sent them the tape, and that's how they got the lick back. And that's where the song came from, which was pretty random and cool. Synchronicity of the universe, right? But sorry for getting sidetracked there, everyone. I'm a big Randy Bachman fan, so a fucking badass rock and rolling Canadian, so... Oh, DJ Drew 24V. Simply put, I'm an actor, writer, comedian, filmmaker. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I was a Classically trained stage actor, and Shakespeare was my first love, as was the stage. But there's no money in theater anymore, so I 6 or 7 years ago switched to attempting to do television. Keyword being attempting to. We're still trying to break out in that regard. But it's just kind of who I am. I've always been that way since I was a kid, doing weird voices all the time, being silly, having a good time with things. I've been doing it since like grade 3 even. I mean, with the spelling tests, for example, I like to verbally do it, and unless you let me do a weird voice, I couldn't remember how to spell things. But with a weird voice, I could. And it just is kind of fitting, and it's kind of just who I am naturally in my life. I've been a bartender off and on for many years as a actor, writer, comedian. So, yeah, it's just a natural thing that I always done. And then, so when I was making a YouTube, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to be me and pound some beers and get up on in it, and see what happens. So, all right, Green Scotland, Rob Pope was crack-lacking, Texas Toker 45. What's up in Texas to you? Don Leon 83, what's up, my friend? Too drunk, too sloppy. Oh, question, can I make chocolate with a can of butter? Yes, you can. I have made it that way with can of butter. It is going to come out quite greasy. So sometimes I like to do a little bit of a mix. I'll mix a little butter in with the can of chocolate. I'll mix a little coconut oil as well. Sometimes I'll do some activated as RSO or a rosin, and I'll mix a little bit of everything in there to kind of give it a mixture. Why I do that is I'm trying to change just that buttery greasiness that comes from just using straight butter, because it can be quite heavy on the tummy doing it that way. I learned that the hard way as a young child. And by young child, I mean like 19. And I made a bunch of them, and it was really good, really potent, and they tasted great. But, like you eat 2 or 3 of them, and then you get the shits, because it was just so much buttery fat up in there. It was like, oh, man, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, really? Oh, that's super cool, Cindy Bachman. That's rad. Yeah, it was funny because I was actually talking to Mike Ryan, Safer Guy, today. We were doing a bunch of stuff talking about the upcoming Cannabis Cup that we're going to be going to and making our first appearance there. And all of a sudden I looked down at my phone. I was like, holy crap, a bunch of people bought things from the store. Holy shit. When did that happen? And it was just kind of random, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm playing catch up here. Would starch help with the grease? Probably a dumb question. It can help a little bit. But regardless of helping with the grease seeming on the palate, it's still gonna fucking gum the crap out of your intestinal tract and your tum tum, as it were. So that's why I just gotta be careful doing that a little bit, in my humble 2 cents. Okay, another real question. I'm in the UP of Michigan, and I can't keep my humidity up in flower. Now that it's cold, it's been around 60% with the humidifier running. Any suggestions? Holy fuck! Really? Jesus Louises. Really? Sorry, that's just flabbergasting to me. You can't get it past 16%. Okay, so obviously your humidifier is not helping. How hardcore is your exhaust? Like, we're going to have to analyze a few of the variables in terms of your grow, maybe to assess that, because that's fucked up. That's really strange to me. Is 6 ounces from one plant good? Redneck grower, it depends on whether we're talking outdoor, indoor, in a pot, in the ground. It's a decent little haul, though, for sure. Depends on a lot of variables, though. Toker 188. Just getting ready to smoke a bowl. I kind of had a crappy day at work, so I went to Calderas, a brewery, and had about 3 beers. Now I feel better. Well, Toker 188, good job on only the 3 beers. I mean, for me, I probably would have had 8. Well, I'm really sorry that you had a bad day, my friend. But hey, welcome home to your fellow community of pot squatchers. Hey, maybe this will make you feel better. Weed titties! Woo! Marijuana breast disease growing in the province of British Columbia. All right. That's true. Everyone, Mike the Safer Ride Guy is correct. Pot Squatch, Mike will be there, Adam Squatch will be there, and Mrs. Adam Squatch will be there. The four of us are going to be there having a good old time at the Prairie Harvest Cup, Medicinal Cannabis Cup there happening in Saskatchewan, in Saskatoon. It'll be a good time, and let the good time roll, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, Blop Jones, I run my dehumidifier on an auto drainage. Because fuck, man, I can't be asked to remember to do that. This is mostly ash in here, by the way, and a little dirt, but I just run mine directly into there. Keep my brain simple. Okay. What's up, John Boy? How you doing, man? Checked out your channel. Very nice, baby. Cindy Bachman, you just cracked me up. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try to enjoy life. I mean, as a cancer survivor and a person who should have died a lot of times already, in a lot of different ways, life's too short not to have a good chuckle with it, right? Chris Bryant, Josh, just curious, are you gonna post any pics of the event you and Miss Squatch are attending at the end of the month? No, it's not. It's the beginning of next month, so it'll be the 8th, 9th, and 10th of November. The Mrs. Pot Squatch has to work, so I'll be there. It'll be me, Adam Squatch, Mike, and Mrs. Adam Squatch. And but yeah, we're gonna be posting pictures. I'm gonna be doing live streams. I'm gonna be doing random video clips. I'll probably post it on all of our social media stuff. And try to pretend I understand how to do all these things. I get the YouTube-ish, and I'm trying to pretend I understand the Instagram. We're up to like 500 and something. No, like 600 something followers now on the Instagram, so I think that's pretty good. We do technically have a Twitter and a Snapchat and all that, so I'm going to try to do all those things. I don't really understand most of them, but I'm working on it. I saw rock, Chris Bryant, don't worry about it. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to showing everybody, Cooking show idea / suggestion, blueberry muffins. Actually, yeah, I did a lot of blueberry muffins back in high school, actually, when we made weed baking. One thing, my buddy Big A is a Red Seal world-class chef who's now looking for a new job running hotels. So if any of you own a hotel, let me know. I got the guy for you. Me and this motherfucker, he's one of my best friends in the whole world, and we go back, and I put my stamp of approval on the prick. But, back in media arts class, back in the day, he would make a bunch of weed banana loaves, and we'd be sitting there eating weed banana loaves. Mr. Howe would be like, guys all right? Like, yeah, we're cool, man. Media arts. Ganesh Baba, I'm doing well, my friend. How are you? Damn fans and grow environment make it hard to ghost inhale, sadly. Have you ever heard of a restaurant in Canada called The Spud? I think so, but again, I could just be thinking I've heard of it. There's been a lot of really cool blueberry variations over the years. There's sativa versions, there's indica versions. But a true blueberry is quite blueberry in and of itself. And the taste and the terpene profiles, they're quite wonderful, to be fair. Very wonderful weed titties. What's up, Jay Stanfield? How you doing, my friend? Hey, no worries, Ganesh Baba. Much love. S/O from Atlanta. Michael Richard. I'm not sure what S-O, but I think the rest means from Atlanta. Titties. Dun, 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 dun. Me too. I also love banana bread. Banana bread's the shit. And also, too, it tastes really good with canna butter. There's something about using a brown, rotting banana with weed butter that the flavor profiles just kind of come together in a sense where you're just like, holy sweet fucking Christ. This tastes beautiful. Oh, it means shout out. Thank you. Well, thank you, Atlanta, Michael Richard. I appreciate it. No worries, Michael Richards. Sorry I wasn't up on the lingo as much. I'm learning still. Hey, thank you, Rebel Grow Productions. You know, the titties are starting to stack. Not bad for the day after 6 weeks. Some of these colas for 6 weeks, I'm very happy with. 9-week run, it's gonna be pretty crazy to see these finish because they're looking very nice, but based off of the actual trichome developments as well as seed developments where we did some selective pollination. We're going to run these 9 weeks just fine. It'd be so okay. But by 9 weeks, some of these tits, man, they're going to be huge. Like they're already pretty fucking big, you know. So I'm pretty excited. Ah, I love a good pecan. Hard rock pop. Or walnut even, too. I just been stripping hemp and putting up with douchebags at work. Fucking don't you hate that? I mean, the hemp's great, but the douchebags, right? John Boy, I got a blueberry purple kush going, and I can't believe a plant can have such a wonderful aroma of blueberries. It's truly new and amazing to me. Dude, I'll tell you, John Boy, there are cannabises, especially in existence in Canada and North America and other parts of the world that have such prolific terpene profiles. I mean, damn, the way those bitches come in and smell, you're like, oh my God, how'd you smell like that? It's pretty nuts. And one of the great things about growing with LEDs and high intensity discharge lighting systems that are LED like these, you're not cooking off your terpenes. You're not cooking off your cannabinoids, where with HPS you are. Hour by hour with that excess heat and the way that the light even emits from the rig, you're cooking off your terpenes. You're cooking off your cannabinoids. We've tested it. It's legit. And the great thing is when you don't cook off your terpenes in your cannabis, they smell less in your grow. Doesn't mean they smell less in and of themselves. It's that actual cooking, you know, of the terpenes, okay, that when you are rocking those HPSs, it's releasing and cooking them off. Like, think about the aroma when you're reducing a broth down. You know how that aroma leaves the pot? Well, the aroma's literally leaving this pot when you're using an HPS, traditional HID system. And that is then overtaxing your carbon scrubber system. And so there's just so many, you know, positives really to the beautiful LED rockin' world, because if you don't cook off your terpenes, then they're all there when you harvest. And if you go and harvest and they're there, and then you go make like a rosin, let's say, oh boy, you're gonna taste so good, so very nice. It's a good time, sexy sugar spice, you know? It's very nice. Do I run cocoa? No, I run soil. There is a little bit of cocoa in the soil that I use, though. Not a big fan of straight cocoa running. I like dirt. I've done aquaponics, hydroponics, aeroponics, growing in cocoa. I've done it all over the years. But at the end of the day, my preferred method, old school and true. I like my dirt, baby. The Cup Cannabis Cowboy is November 8th, 9th, 10th, which is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will fly into the Saskatoon on the Thursdays. Uncle Michael's going to come stay at the house, take care of everything for me. So, and the wife will be here too as well, so that's good. So I'll fly in on Thursday to the Saskatoons, and the event starts Friday, so... Dude, Texas Toker 45, jealous. Me and Mike, the Safer Ride guy, were just talking about the old school skunks. I've got some seeds that are there, but there's so many different subtle variations from different locations from back in the 80s. Well, the late 70s, 80s, and 90s, which is where those skunks really started becoming prevalent in the North American market and being developed, right? So, man, some of them are fucking cool. Mr. Squatch, I saw you just with smoking in the same room as your plants. Is it bad? Smoking marijuana with your plants is completely okay. Smoking a cigarette is a big no-no. There's a thing called tobacco mosaic virus that you can quite easily give to your weed titty plant if you smoke tobacco anywhere near them. Some will say, oh, if you have a cigarette and have it on your hands, you'll give it to them. I've never given my plants from having had a cigarette and then touching the weed plant. That's okay. But don't let the smoke touch your weed plant of a cigarette. But smoking some weed, you're cool. And the rolling papers we're using, they're the Pot Squatch Growers Company rolling papers. Our rolling papers, they're all organic hemp and shit. So we're just basically smoking the product of weed titties. What, is ultraviolet rays bad, the red Mexican? Is that what you're asking? Oh, I can probably make that then. Well, fuck yeah, man. Come check it out. Come hang out with us, man. Come on down, baby. I just harvested 2 plants today, 2 bubblegum plants, rock hard buds, hard rock pop. Try eating a hamburger in front of a cow. Same thing. Oh, I've done that a bunch of times. The cow asked for some. Fucking cannibal. Toker 188. It is funny walking into places after work because I smell like hemp plants and people say you smell like weed and I say nope, hemp, it smells good, doesn't it? That's funny. I agree. HPS metal halide for warehouse with 30-foot ceilings. Period. Laugh aloud. Did you receive the par efficacy calculations I sent you regarding? Oh fuck. Is this is Benjamin then? Ganache Baba. The Benjamins? And I did, by the way. And I didn't know that, and it's why I looked at the rough math breakdown and the comparison of how you did it. I was blown away. I wanted to call you, so send me your phone number. I was asking for your digits. Let's have a chat about that, because you seem rather intelligent in terms of running certain calculations, and I'm just curious about picking your brain a little bit as a person of great knowledge. Obviously, Brett likes you too. Where are my fucking cigarettes? I probably left them out there. Oh wait, no, I was wearing a hoodie. They're probably in the hoodie. 1 second, everyone. I'm looking for my cigarettes. I found them. There we go. What's up, Mo Money? Dank Knowledge. We do not talk about trading in YouTube live streams or on this channel. It's not that I personally have an ethical issue with it. It's that YouTube has a lot of rules, okay, where they're very strict on us, chronic grow channels now. And so I'm trying to keep us all safe and keep the community safe and keep the channel going. So please, please, no one talk about trades, sales, gifts. I don't give a fuck. Let's just not talk about that here, okay? Please and thank you. Keep that in your personal worlds. If people would like to openly just say, hey, here's my email to each other, I can't stop people from talking in their own worlds, okay? But let's not do that on the live streams, please, or on the channel. Let's respect that if we can. I'd appreciate that, everybody. Peace and love. Well, it was funny, Cannabis Cowboy. I was talking to Mike, and Mike was just like, man, it's too bad you couldn't just like fly into Alberta or something, get someone to come pick you up there or something. It was hilarious. Oh yeah, dude, I've seen some chronics that are so dense, it's astonishing. Hard rock pop. Well, that tuna Kush, Rockstar Kush that I grabbed that I showed everyone a few live streams back. That thing was rock hard. And it's like if you were to weigh out like let's say a half ounce or something of that shit, it's just like like it's insane. Some of these nugs, if you were looking at it without touching, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's probably like 2-3 grams. No, it's like 7.9 grams. DJ Drew, take a look at a strain called ACDC. It in and of itself doesn't have a huge amount of THC in it really at all, like 1 or 2 to 6%. But it's typically 18 to 2021. I utilize that in making my Sasquatch strain. That's where I was able to get my CBD from, and I got that up to about 22% on that strain, while having a bunch of THC in it, which was important to me. Ultraviolet's not going to hurt your shit, the rednecks can. As long as you're doing it during normal lights on, you could totally do it to trigger some trike action. But at the same time, if you get too weird with introducing like a very stark kind of new intermix, and haven't been running it at least in small amounts, you could trigger herming on that. If it's a strong genetic that's tough, it'll be fine, to be fair. But we do live in a world where a lot of shit's not anymore because everyone just fucking does all these things. Mo money, a lot of times I just jump that shit on it, baby. I use it like normal watering. Yeah, mo money at the club soda. Oh, hell yeah, Ganesh Babu. How far behind am I? Am I super behind again? Oh, fuck. Sorry, everyone. I missed some messages there. I apologize, everybody. William Johnson, first time catching the live? Well, I'm very happy you're here. Welcome, my friend. Enjoy the show. I'm just standing at the back door having a cigarette, feeling the temperature drop off at night in Canada. Now, it's West Coast Canada, so it doesn't get anywhere near as cold as other parts. Oh, really, Booger? Ah, shit. Well, what are you going to do? Much love back to Toronto, Dan Del Zato. 1,000 watt HPS, you need to run quite high, my friend. I mean, you've got to have at least, I don't know, for me, at least a 3 or 4 foot bare minimum buffer. Unless you're running it in a cool tube system. A cool tube system is allowing you to remove the heat from that bulb fixture and then pump it out. So you can get away with keeping that one a little bit closer because it's less of a heat stress and it's more of just a light thing. But you got to remember too, the way it works, it creates these real intense power hotspots and signs of stress too. So you can play around with it. I mean, if you're going to go HPS, it's an outdated mode as far as I'm personally concerned. I was an HPS grower many moons ago, but really look into getting an air cooled hood or a cooled tube system for that. It'll make your life a hell of a lot easier. It's worth the investment. Don't tell people to shut up unless it's cheeky fun. Be nice to each other. Don't let me get mad at you. Be nice to each other, else I have to be like, oh, everyone on timeout or something. Be nice to each other, for fuck's sakes. I'm in BC, Ganesh Baba. What made your week, Dan Del Zato? Me reading your comment? Well, I'm doing it again. Dan Del Zato? Haha. Well, does this make your week more then? I don't even know what we're talking about. You could have been talking about something else. Oh, Jason Thompson, thank you very much. Oh, crap. Like a month ago, I got a bunch of emails and everyone's like, dude, why haven't you left like a review section on the website for us to review things when we get them? Because that'd be smart. And I was like, yeah, that would be super smart. That never even occurred to me. But then again, I have been purchasing my own things online like for years, and reviews are a thing. Why didn't I think of that? But yeah, long story short, I still haven't done that. So another thing to add to the list of things I forgot, but I need to do. No, exactly. But cannabis, you can use it as a supplementary. And ultraviolet, though, if you want to work that in, I work in a small version of it, and you got to do it because if you just incorporate that in at late flower in the last 2 or 3 weeks, especially on the kind of the world we live in where we've got some very fragile genetics that are out there sometimes, that look strong, but then will herm in odd ways on us. You got to be careful on introducing this whole brand new light thing. Because the plants will be like, whoa, what's happening? Oh, shit. William Johnson says, I've been growing for about 3 years off and on. My last grow was dope. This one isn't turning out as well. Well, William Johnson, that's all right. It's all about learning, and the true grower is a forever student. I've been doing this for about 20 years now myself, since the first time I tried to germinate a seed. And you think I don't fuck up? I still fuck up all the time. I've just gotten really good at dealing with my fuck ups, to be honest. So don't feel bad about if you made mistakes. Mistakes are where we learn, right? There's more lessons to be learned in a mistake than anything. So, you know what I'm saying? Dude, Cannabis Cowboy. Fucking Mike is from Calgary. Mike's from Calgary. Right, Mike? That's where you're from, right? John Boy. I'm just trying to read everything here, everybody. Sorry. At DJ. Okay, that's at DJ. How many big squats do I need for an 8x8? Grado. I wouldn't go big squatch on an 8x8. I would go to double squatches, which is technically 4 big squatches working together, but in a team. But each set of double squatches is being powered by a 480 watt driver, drawing 620 watt at the wall. Sexy, mean, well, truth, the Cadillac of engines to power your fucking Starship energy fighting weed titty machines. So, yeah, that's what I would do. I'd go 2 doubles on that one, my friend. That's what I would do. Oh, no worries, Ganesh. You know, and Ganesh, thank you for your wonderful email today. To have someone take the time to test the lights and to do math out on the math and bro, huge appreciation on that. It was really nice to fucking find out because it's important to us, and we're doing our best to make some crank and shit and keep bringing crank and shit for everybody. We're growers making shit for growers, you know, and that was just really cool. So I really appreciate you doing all the math on the efficacy ratios on the rigs. I really that was awesome. One second here, everybody. I'm trying to read here and catch up. No, I haven't, Adam. I haven't started the seeds yet. Shut up. I'm still going to win, so. Jason Thompson, Jake's all-in-one. We'll take care of your spider mites for you. It's good shit. We sell it on our website. Check it out. Have you changed anything about your recipe, Michael Richard? Is there anything changing in any possible thing in your making of the tea that could lead to that? Cloning is my biggest hiccup, and thanks, man. William Johnson. Oh, your biggest hiccup. Cloning is a bitch. Some strains are a fucking bitch to clone. Don't feel bad. Just keep at it. Take large numbers of it. Especially when you've got a tricky genetic to clone. Play your numbers, you know. AKA take a fuckload of cuttings and go from there and hope for the best, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna grab a beer. Oh, I understand, Manic Camp. Thank you for explaining a corn cob. I was a little confused by that. I think my mother's earth sugar load is weak. Mother's earth sugar load. Could be, yeah. Love the ZZ Top beard, bro. Brings a smile. Well, you know, when I started going bald, as we could see, my hair is migrating, and I am an actor. So I told myself if there ever came a day where I had to creatively comb my hair to cover up the fact that it's migrating, it's retiring, it's going down to Florida. It's Florida, baby. You know what I'm saying? Then I would just shave my head and grow my beard out and say, I'm joining the ranks of balding actors, and I'm going to grow my fucking beard out and say, rock and roll, hashtag boom. Plus, also, too, after my dad had the 3 strokes that should have killed him, or made him a vegetable and kept going and became this old Gandalf, he just said, fuck it, and grew his beard out again. When he was younger, he had a big beard. When I was younger, I had a huge beard. I hadn't really had one for a few years. Off and on, I did occasionally, but kept it shaved for my acting stuff, and so fuck it. I, you know, live in the woods now, and you know, let it grow, let it go. This one's about 8 months or so, eight and a smidge months. This beard. I'm curious to see where she's at 1 year old, and looking forward to see her at year 2. That's one of the things I'm kind of contemplating, figuring out, and developing. Would be maybe releasing my own signature beard oil. Why not? Hot Squatch beard oil. Thank you, Raymond. Bob White. Oh, fuck, I'm so far. Oh, I'm not too bad behind. William Johnson, I do a lot of random shit, to be fair. Most of the time I go old school. Scrape, put in water if you want to up that, put a little hydrogen peroxide in there. Mix a little rooting hormone powder in there if you want, and just let Mother Nature do her thing. Troy Smith, I've had some pretty good results with predator mites. I really want to fuck around with predator mites. I've never worked with them, but I'm intrigued by that. Like little midget bodyguard tanks. It's like motherfuckers want to ride on your crop. Well, guess what, motherfucker? I got my own crew that's the same as you, but different, and it's gonna come fuck your ass up. Know what I'm saying? Well, I am an actor. I've been doing it my whole life. Still trying to break out a little bit. And I've done things, but I'm still waiting for those of the powers that be to acknowledge, you know. Smoky McBongwater. Well, my buddy Caden Crooks, who's the owner of District Records, has actually been making a lot of soap recently, developing his own soap brand. So I've asked him to develop Mr. and Mrs. Pot Squatch soap. And then I had a third one to be all inclusive for everybody. I'm going to release an X version one. And that one is literally going to be both soaps in one. Unless that smells horrible, then we'll have to tweak it. But, you know, that's my thought on it. It'll be fun. It's for every type of pot squatch. It doesn't matter because we're all pot squatches, you know, and we all got to, you know, use soap. Yeah, William Johnson, water and just hydrogen peroxide and maybe like the powder I use. This is available locally. Stem root number 2. That's the one I'm using. I like it. Works for me. I like using my Jakes, John Boy. I use Jakes. I can use Jakes in veg, and if I use it preventatively throughout veg, keep a controlled environment. I rarely have to use it in flower, unless they were clones that came for something where you were battling an ongoing thing. And that's why I just stick with Jakes. Jakes all in one. That's my go-to. It's a tool that every grower should have in their toolbox. Grado. One, no, we are using the LM561C on the current lighting rigs we are selling. The reason for that is the efficacy of the 301B on paper is 7% increase, but in reality, goes down to about 2 or 3%. In terms of operating parameters of being built into a functioning rig in a functioning environment. So given this, the increase in cost on the 301B, okay, is not worth it for me to build a cranking light. To build you the light that's going to run, it's going to have good intensity, it's going to be efficient, it's going to be reliable, and it's going to crank out crazy good titties for you, okay? You can get that through that. We do have other things that are in development. We don't know exactly when they're going to be released because we don't release anything until we've worked out of all the bugs and then still beat the crap out of it some more, okay? So we're about that. We want to release only things that work and we believe in. So there will eventually be things coming down the line. But when that will be, I don't know. But so we are currently using the LM561C because the 301B is just an overpriced piece of crap in actuality when it comes down to it to build a reliable rig. Our lights beat the HLG 550V2 with the 301B using the LM561C. So, you know what I'm saying? Rock and roll, boom, shakalaka. At least that's my humble 2 cents on it. Grado. It's okay, man. It can. I have too much fun pissing off you know the dark side and the light side. I'm living on the pod squad side. I'm just existing. It's too much fun, you know. Din meds, mono automatic elements. Okay. How much peroxide per amount of water? 1 to 4, William Johnson. 1 to 4 is typically. Well, no, I'd use that for doing a fungus net. So I'd go 1 to 6. 1 to 6 for clones. Sorry, it took me a second to think. Um, Bob White, cannot you help me with this? Help you with what? Bob White, what's the issue, baby? I believe Man at Cam said the corn is just LEDs mounted into a 360-degree fashion, like a circular tube or like a corn cob, trying to emulate the way a generalized HPS fixture would emit technically at a 360 radius. Or not radius, but like circumference of where it's all coming out. Puppies, no one's there. It's okay. DJ Drew 24V. I'm an actor, writer, comedian, filmmaker. So I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy writing scripts. I enjoy shooting things. I enjoy directing things. I enjoy acting in things. I enjoy drinking. I enjoy traveling the world and drinking all over the world and the places where people go and be merry. Learning about world cultures. I enjoy food. I enjoy reading. I enjoy bringing the ruckus to society and, fucking, if I believe in something and, rock and roll, let the good times roll, right? I like to tinker with things. I like to fix things. I enjoy old Cadillacs. Well, new Cadillacs, but and fixing cars. 1 second. Leave the cat alone. Stop bullying the cat. Doctor, go in the den. Go in the den. You fuck off, puppies. Sorry, everyone. The dogs are being mean to the old cat. Go into the den, dumbass. There we go. The cat's safe now. See, this is the doctor. He was getting bullied by the little puppies. He's safe now. So lots of hobbies, lots of interests, lots of things. I love conspiracy theories. I like aliens. Have I ever washed my buds? I haven't been a bud washer because I've never grown outdoors and I've never had the need to bud wash. That is definitely good cranking, Bob White, but Bob White at a 5,000 Kelvin color, that is going to be geared to vegging your plants. It's not going to be the perfect thing to flower underneath. Huh? That's funny, Smoky McBongwater. I like it. Oh, hell yeah. Hydrogen peroxide is a great tool, Cannabis Cowboy. I concur, my friend. That's right. That is true, Mike. Thank you for sharing that again, because you know what? Regular announcements is an important thing that we should do. So everyone, those just tuning into the show, we will be in Saskatoon, in Saskatchewan. Let's try that again. We will be in Saskatoon, in Saskatchewan, at the Prairie Harvest Medicinal Cannabis Cup, I believe it's called. I'm going to go with that because that sounds nice. Basically most of the words in the name, I think. But we'll be there, and we'll be there. We're doing a light demo, and we're just going to bring for now at the last minute's notice. Luckily Adam Squatch lives in the province, so Adam Squatch going to bring his big Squatch along. We'll show that to you. Set up a little booth. Going to bring some hats, t-shirts, rolling papers, some jakes, and all that crap. We'll be there to have a good time. Get to know, say hi to everybody, and be like, "Yo, what's up? How's it going?" And yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I know, flippy dippy, because my dogs were speaking like death to cat, right? So they were attacking my cat, so your cat probably heard that it was like death to cat bark. They're just being mean. Doctor's just sitting there like, all I wanted was to be friends with them. That's all I wanted, but no. They just yell at me every time. Fuck those fuckers. That's not a British flag. That's a Canadian flag. This is the original Canadian flag. It's called the Red Ensign. It is the flag we had before the maple leaf. It's also tattooed on my chest for my grandfather who died. He was a right asshole in his life, and he was a dick to me. But when he was dead, I realized, fuck, I get it now. So I got a remembrance tattoo tattooed on my chest for him. Oh hell yeah, Cannabis Cowboy! Keep me in the loop because we'll be there. I'll fly in on the Thursday. Yeah, well, SoCal Grow Pro, the doctor, actually was originally a Mexican street kitten. Um, that I said from the streets of Mexico. He was super small when I got him. He was probably about like 8.5 to 10 weeks old when I got him. But he started eating here in Canada and, kept getting big. I mean, some of it's fur, to be fair, but he's a big boy. 22, 23 pound cat. No, Cannabis Cowboy, that is not allowed anymore. This year at the Cup, there's no open selling allowed. There is some weird gifting rules they're talking about, but yeah, no, it's a very different event than it has been in the past from what I've learned from talking to people associated with the organization or organizing of the event. So it will be a very different ride this time. Though I know, Raymond, the French Canadian is a thing in Canada. Pathfinder, caution. What? Smokey McBongwater, the person to answer that question, if they're still here, will be probably Cannabis Cowboy and a couple of other pod squatches. They have vastly more knowledge than I in the worlds of the fishies. What's up, Michael Montgomery? How you doing, my friend? Sounds amazing, William Johnson. Yeah, Michael Richard. The law now is a Prohibition 2.0. It's a draconian-based law system that has basically been implemented to control and kick out an industry of itself. So it's a little rough right now. We're working on that. One day, hopefully, we'll figure it out. It's an evolving industry. Oh, the guy that runs it's Jeff, and my buddy Glenn, who I'm going with to the cannabis ball. They're besties. So it was funny because I tried to call the shop to get our booking for the event, but the person working their store didn't know anything about it. They didn't know how to do that, and I was like, okay, well, is Jeff in? They're like, no, he's gone for the weekend. So I was like, oh crap. So I called my buddy Glenn. I was like, "Hey man, I tried to call. I couldn't figure it out. Could you like let Jeff know that like reserve me a table? Like I'm ready to send money and shit." And so Glenn called Jeff while I was on the phone, and Jeff was at a wedding, but still answered. So we had a group call. So it's all good. No, I don't use General Hydroponics. Troy Smith used to use General Hydroponics. That's just old shit I haven't gotten rid of. I keep it to remember days gone by. Once General Hydroponics got purchased out by Miracle Grow and all the other large conglomerate thing that makes up, Monsanto and a bunch of other things, I couldn't really ever support them again, give them any more money. I only use Green Planet nutrients these days. Not that I'm against using other ones, but I'm really happy with the Green Planet line, and it's locally made. I like to support local. I just sent out a bunch of orders of the Jakes today, actually. Bunch of people buying the Jakes. They're loving the Jakes. Everyone who's gotten it, they're like, man, like Adam Squash, when he got some, you're like, dude, it works. It kills shit. I'm like, yeah, I know, Adam. I told you that. He's like, almost people are thinking that it doesn't really do. Because, like, when I first bought it, and I was at the grocery store when I first tried it, like, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I am a vendor of theirs now because I wanted it on my store and I called them. But I went to Pacific Northwest. I was like, hey, like, is there anything cool that exists that you guys know of that I don't? And was like, um, you know, long story short, was like, well, with this stuff called Jake Thalman one, we heard some really good things. I haven't personally used it, but it's really good from what we've heard. I was like, all right, well, give me some of that shit. I'll try it out. And then I kept using it, and it proved itself. And that's why I endorse it because it fucking works, and I love it. Hell yeah, Michael Montgomery. See, William Johnson, salt-based is a bad word. You don't like really salty nutrients. That's part of the problem with G&H is it was very salty. You got to try to stay on the lower end of sort of the solution and try to keep your salt down while meeting nutritional requirements of the plant. It makes your flush out a lot easier. That's what I've noticed with the Green Planet, for example, when I made the switch, is Green Planet flushes out super easily. Like it's a fart in a windstorm compared to trying to flush out other things. You know what I'm saying? And Jake's is made out of natural shit, man. I mean, it's a local recipe. As far as I'm aware, it's a family recipe too, because I believe Jake and his dad both, like, I think Jake came from a grower family, and it was a family recipe initially that Jake kept working with, and they reworked it and found a way to bring it to market. You know, they call it a plant tonic, but it does so many things. It's brilliant. Doctor, sorry, it's too late in flower for you to come in. I apologize. I know you like it. It's warm, but I'm sorry. He's like a little lion. He likes the sun in here, but I don't like his hair being in here, so. Yeah, no, I keep both my Wind Kings running 24 hours a day. I keep my carbon filter running 24 hours a day. I'm typically either running an AC or a dehumidifier, depending on temperatures, and I don't run them at the same time. I switch back and forth to keep power consumption down. What's up, Richard S? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Zed Wolf 6 Gaming? How you doing, my friend? Okay, so my back hurts. Grow 420 Mike says it's cutting out bad. How about now? Is it cutting out for everybody, or is it okay? Nah, but Corey, you got to remember though, growing inside, we're still mimicking Mother Nature. So what we're doing indoors is we're recreating the perfect world, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way to do it. Mike, okay, what? I've been using Fox Farm. What would you recommend for soil for me to try? I'm a big fan, DJ Drew 24V Pro Mix, if you have access to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, Mike. Okay, perfect. I get confused. That's one thing I've noticed, but I'm proud of the fact that I can try to even half keep track of my mind during these shows. I'm proud of that. So my back hurts, Grow 420 Mike. I'm sorry that it's choppy on your end. I think for some people sometimes it gets choppy. Yeah, try maybe refreshing the feed, my friend. Yes, but Corey Cores, also you got to remember though, outdoors plants have access to fresh oxygen and a lot of different environmental factors that when there is stagnant air, they're still not just sitting in a fucking room in a house. So that's why it's really important to keep air moving at all times on your inside grows, because if you don't, that's when problems can really set in and come to kind of fuck you in the ass. So I applaud your creativity and I applaud your approach vis-a-vis, you know, trying to be creative and thinking like you're thinking in the right way. You're totally thinking in the right way. But sadly, no, keep the fans running at all times, okay? But I applaud the creativity. Full marks for that, brother. Corey Kors, do you have a carbon scrubber though? Because if you have a carbon scrubber dealing in your environment, you'll be okay. Ganesh Baba, in terms of an ACMPR license, typically they're fairly quick these days, or at least they say they're quicker. Back in the day, because I even had an MMARP back in the day before the ACMPR. back then it was stupid. 4 different forms and 68 pages of paper. And fuck, it was retarded. Well, that's what you had to do. I had my first one ever sent back 3 times because I fucked up something and I put my signature 1 centimeter over or some stupid thing like that. Typically now you should receive if you're a first-time applicant, it should be processed best guess in 3-4 weeks maybe these days, up to 5 or 6. But you definitely should not be waiting in the current things. They say they've hired all these new people and rebuilt it. And every time I've talked to them, that's what they keep saying. And they say, oh, we tried to do it in 2 to 4 weeks now. So I was like, okay, like, I don't trust you because you never did it that fast before. But in theory, that's what it should be. No, exactly, Troy Smith. Fans don't take up tons of power. And especially a well-designed fan like the Wind King, it takes a little bit of power, but these fuckers crank wind. You can literally, I've been running these Wind Kings for a year and a half, basically continuously. That says something to the fan. They've been running for, basically for the most part, 100% of the time for, almost a year and a half, realistically. So I think that says something to the brand of the Wind King. It doth truly prove to be the king, for I have bought many other a fan that burn out. Richard S., I'm going to try to do a cooking show before I leave on the trip to the Saskatoons. No, Raymond, if you're burning incense 24 hours a day, if it's anywhere near your plants, near the environment, you're going to add the smell of the incense into your weed titty. You don't want that. Oh, that's cool, Corey Kors. Well, if you ever want to control that, though, with a small can filter, you should be copacetic. Ganesh, it shouldn't be because the license is coming from Ottawa. All licenses of the ACMPR are issued out of Ottawa. If you remember the postal code you sent it to, I'm speaking of timelines to BC. So no, I think you should get it fairly quickly. No, all licenses come out of Ottawa, Ganesh Baba. There's only one licensing office in all of Canada. I gotta send my shit down to Ontario, but if I want no renewal license, I have to send to Ottawa. And that is how it works, at least currently. See, there we go. See, Cannabis Cowboy, a little bit on the longer side of the current realm, but 5 weeks is not bad. The first time I waited almost 3 months for mine, and then it came back, and I'd fucked up the paperwork, which drove me insane. I don't even want to go back to that memory. That was back in the days when I was first trying to become licensed medically, and the system was weird, and it was very frustrating. Huh. Interesting tidbit. I'm not sure if I agree, Raymond, to be fair. I'd have to understand the science behind that one a bit more and think about it, but interesting idea, though, and it could work. I don't know. Well, see, if you look at mine, though, right? Like, I'm not having my plants have the direct wind at the plants. I'm creating vortexes down either side with singular rows. This fan's shooting that way, bouncing back into this one, and this one's bouncing it around. So we're creating a swirling vortex that's giving beautiful air circulation and breath in between the middle of the cycle here without directly fucking our plants too much, right? On a small setup like this, I mean, that's a perfect way to rock it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it works really well. Oh, dude, and I'll tell you, Ganesh Baba, back in the day of the MMARP before the ACMPR, it was nuts. Like, it was 4 documents. They were huge documents, like something stupid, like 68 pages of paper. It between them all, it was nuts. What's up, Texas Pete? Welcome to the show. Thank you very much, Doja Grower. Not bad for the day after 6 weeks of flowers. Some of these penis buds, you know, donkey penises. I like it. They're getting big now. Donkey penis sweet titties. Dun dun dun. So how's everyone been doing? You having a good time? How's everyone's weed titties going? Yeah, Raymond, especially when it's bureaucratic paperwork to the government. Pain in the motherfucking ass. I'll tell you. Well, Texas Pete, I would rate this grow very much at least as taller. That necessarily a direct derivative of the Squatch lights, because they were quite tall when they met the Squatches. But I'll say, though, that the Squatch lighting systems have a much greater depth penetration than anything I've worked with. They have a vastly greater light intensity. As you notice, I don't wear sunglasses in here. You really should. I'm a dumbass. Don't do what I do. But I've been doing this for so long and never wore sunglasses, so I've already damaged my eyes. But I've had damaged eyes for many moons. And then when I hung the double Squatches at first, I've gotten used to it, so I've done more damage. For the first time in a long time, my eyes had a hard time dealing with the light, working in it. Where I could be under them for hours and it wasn't an issue. I've had them for a while now, and so I can keep going for a long time in here. But that, you know, so this grow has definitely been fun in that, like, there's a much more efficient, brighter, more balanced lighting system. Because if we were rocking, even if we had 4 of those HLGs, we couldn't have had the coverage and the better balance for this shit. We would have been fucked. So that's been a fun thing with rocking these lights, I think. It's being able to handle fucking this. I'm being able to handle this in my house. So that's pretty cool. Sweet dreams, Smoky Wick Bog Water. Have a good night and the rest well, my friend. I'm sorry, Zed Wolf 6 Gaming, but males happen. Without males, we could never breed, so don't feel too bad. Sucks, though. Oh, I definitely do, but Corey, I'm always going to keep fans moving at all times, no matter what lights I was using, no matter how small the setup. Air movement is quintessential. It's key, baby. I tell you. Noob Grower 420. Hey, and it was cool seeing your fucking live stream in the fucking group today, Noob Grower. I loved it. It was actually Mike who pointed out to me. Mike was like, yo, man, like, Noob Grower's fucking, he's doing a live stream in the group. I was like, oh, shit, sweet. Like, let's go check it out. So I went and checked it out. That was really cool, man. How's harvest going? Is it working out well for you? So far, so good? They were looking nice. What was it? Something mixed with lime something or something? No, Dale Eckley, currently no. We only do direct sale from our website. We build every light custom order. Oh no, there's an emergency vehicle outside my house. I live in a park with a lot of old people, so a lot of people are my neighbors are a little bit on the older side. So it's like when you see emergency, it's like, oh fuck, who died? Not always necessarily, but... Oh, ambulance? Oh, it's at the young couple's house. Ah, fuck. Well, sorry, everybody. I just had to check. This isn't the first time that's happened down the way at that house, so. Hell yeah. Excited, Michael Montgomery? Hi, Betty. Yeah. And hi, little mogwai. These are the puppies, everybody. Say hi, puppies. Say hi.
Say hi, Betty. Say hi, Betty. Yeah. There's some puppies. There's some puppies. There's some puppies. There's a puppy, Betty. Betty. Betty.
Sorry, everyone. Those are my dogs. No, I don't think it's an old person. Oh, fuck, there's another ambulance now. I won't lie to you. They're a younger couple. I've heard them fighting sometimes. Kind of makes you wonder. Never heard anything where, like, if I heard something really bad, I'd go over there. I'm one of the only young men that live in this area, so I hope everybody's okay. If there's two of them, I mean. Shit. Hope people are okay. Well, whatever's going on, pop squatches, the world around. Send positive vibes to whatever that was, and let's hope that people are okay. Oh shit! You can even see it like floating through my house. See that? See the lights there? Through that window there. There's two of them now, so it's gotten brighter. Yeah, like Cindy Bachman. I this is kind of what this place was like. It wouldn't be officially called that. There's some young people that live here, middle-aged people that live here too, a lot of middle-aged as well. But like the guy I bought this house from, I bought it for, or well, that doesn't matter what I bought it for, but he was 76 or 78, 79 or so. His wife had died, and he was going back to Alberta to live with his kids. Nice old guy, super awesome old guy. He left me so much sweet shit, like this beautiful lazy boy that I fucking sit in after the shows. Nice old guy. But yeah, and the neighbors across the way were Betty and Helmut. Helmut was, he was like 93 and she was like 87. They just sold their house to a woman in her late 60s, I think, or mid 60s. So it's like, it's kind of like that. It's not like the final retirement place. There's a lot of older people here. And then there's me. I agree, Stan Oak. Say no to meth. I wholeheartedly can get behind that statement. But wouldn't that be funny? Well, it wouldn't be funny. Like this whole horrible things happening outside this house. We're all just sitting here, la da 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 da. Oh, we titties. Oh, we titties. And little do I know, the zombie apocalypse started here. You're all watching it too. None of us just know it's just happening right now, and I'm about to tell all of you. And then the Pot Squatch Growers Army across the world will unite and activate. Okay. Yeah, I've never watched the Space Channel. I've never watched a zombie movie. A little stoned. Now I'm like, are there zombies? Well, that's the thing, text speed. A lot of people that I know that it's not, maybe not a full out blown dementia, but some of them, yeah, they can have certain things start to happen as they're aging, and they do get quite childlike. I've seen similar things. You're having a good time, Cindy Bachman? Well, I'm glad, my friend. What part of the world are you from, Cindy Bachman? If you don't mind me asking, my friend. Nah, fuck. Keep the lights on. If there's zombies happening, let them come. I will slay them. I've been preparing for this since I was 13, so not gonna lie to you. Pretty much ready for zombies. Technically, the wife's out with the Cadillac right now, and the other car's broken. So I'm gonna have to steal a vehicle, for example, if it was the zombie apocalypse. That would be number one. But couldn't have been that bad. They're gone now, or one's gone. So, oh, that was the fire truck. Ambulance still there, but I don't think no one's freaking out. There's no one's dying. They'd be peeling out if someone died. Okay, everyone. I don't think there's zombies. I think we're safe. I think we're okay. Whew. Thank God for that, right? Oh, dude, it's true, Stanhope. It is pretty funny. I've actually been, well, it's happened even with my wife, but like I've been at like downtown Vancouver at the train station, and like, young kids like almost accidentally walk onto the track or something like that because they're on their phones, and so like I've had to run up and like grab a kid and be like, "Yo, hey man, like you like that's that's a SkyTrain track, bro." Like, and he's like, "Oh shit, thanks, man." Um, you're welcome. Just a surreal world. I watched the first few seasons of The Walking Dead. Then it lost it for me. I'm a big zombie fan. I watch everything. Didn't really like The Walking Dead past season 3. But one show I did love was Z Nation. Didn't like the final season as much. It was interesting. I applaud what they tried to do with it, but I hated the last season. But Z Nation was the superior zombie show. Well, I've got knives throughout my entire house. This is my preferred bush knife that I go out walking. Oh, there's the guitar pick beside it that I just knocked off. One second. This is my knife, Fateh. I named it after the young Sikh man I bought it from. He was working at a gas station, and it was 2 a.m. It's a 24-hour gas station, and we had to get some gas. We were driving home. The wife was the designated driver, and I was drunk. So I was like, "Honey, oh yeah, we'll get gas there, and then I can go try to buy a knife through the window of the gas station." She's like, "Do you really want to try to do that, honey?" I was like, "Yes, please." She's like, "Okay, go for it." So I went up, and I was just like that, and I was like, "So go up to this young Sikh kid. His name was Fateh, and Fateh, and I was like, "My friend, my name is Josh. Nice to meet you." We kind of exchanged a few words. I want you to go walk up to the booth of knives and pick 3 that make like that you think of me, this man you're just meeting, looking at, and bring them here, and I'll pick one and buy it. This wasn't the biggest one they had, but it was the one that spoke to me. And this is Fateh. This is my knife, Fateh. It's a good fucking bush knife, Kentucky cutlery. Made in USA. It's a proper fighting knife, very similar to blades that I trained on, and it's got knuckle breakers on it, soft tissue there, but it's also got a bottle opener, so it's ready for the end of the world. Bottle opener knife. Woohoo! That's called ready for zombies, at least for your belt anyway. I've got a number of other knives, like I've got my standard, work knives and all that I carry around too. Also out here, there's cougars and bears a lot of animals, and so, out here, it's like you got to carry a knife of some sort, just to, be smart, don't be dumb. Cougars and bears, so my. It's like, all right, everyone. So the world hasn't fallen yet, because the phone is still streaming. We're using our data package now. Because I'm going over to see my farm neighbours are all right. We heard a scream. We've only found 2 zombies so far, so we're all right. Oh, fuck. 1 second, everyone. Go, like, put the phone up on a tree, and then you just see me, like, run off, and, like... Sorry, I'm a filmmaker, so now I'm just, like, reeling with ideas in my head now. It'd be hilarious. Yeah, I tuned out right quick about the end of season 3 Lost Art on Walking Dead. Dude, John Boy World War Z was a movie, and it was an amazing zombie film. It was very creative, and I liked it. And I actually didn't mind Brad Pitt in it. I like him in certain roles, occasionally once in a blue moon, and I didn't mind him in that movie. That's pretty good. Markus Degen, was ist los, mein Bruder? Alles gut? Guten Morgen. Scheiße, wo ist meine Zigaretten? Scheiße. In die Arbeitszimmer. See, I'm trying to say office, Marcus, but I don't remember the name for office. There are 2 new War of the World shows. Oh, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen those, to be fair. Sorry, everyone. Someone made a poopy, so I'm cleaning up the dog shit. Silly puppies. Excuse me. Well, exactly, Michael. And I thought, in terms of that film for a zombie film, what I found very interesting was when they talked about almost sort of the intelligence of the virus, and it could almost utilize the sense of the organic host of a host that wasn't worthy of propagating and furthering itself, which was just brilliant. Because technically speaking, that's not out of the realm of possibility, really. Something that could do that in a simpler scale, different kind of sickness and viruses can kind of almost function like that, right? Already. So it was cool. Like it was well thought out. I applauded it. It was a good movie. I genuinely liked it. Dude, that nightstand hook is a very, very handy knife to have. I feel very comfortable. I'm a trained knife fighter myself too. I enjoy knives of that size. I'm very comfortable with them. So I'm looking at the singular emergency vehicle now from the duel. And so far, there are no zombies. So I think we're cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are zombie free currently. Well, exactly, Cannabis Cowboy. They jump out of trees, man. Well, it's funny, man. There's been a cougar in the park recently a bunch of times. And it's like, fuck, gotta be careful, dude. The next morning, like, after, like, basically the dogs and my wife had an encounter with it outside the house, didn't quite know what was happening. And then the next morning, I was out with the dogs wearing the wife's house coat. So it's quite short. We're just out letting them piss, and I'm having a cigarette. And the neighbor across the road, she runs up. She's like, "Yo, like, be super careful. There's like a cougar in the park. Don't let your dogs out right now." And I was like, "Oh shit, man! Like, fuck, thanks. That's actually really good to know. I appreciate that. Thank you." She said, "Dude, no worries." I was like, "Awesome, thanks. Okay, cougar in the park, great. All right, rock and roll. Let the good times roll, my friends." What's up, Sadie ass? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Perform a zombie live, right? Well, if it ever happens, I'll do my best before the system breaks down, I guess. Dirt. I do not possess a sword. I would totally buy like a proper katana if I ever had the money to do so. But there's a great machete at the tool store in town. They have it listed called the Zombie Killer. So maybe I'll grab that one just for fun for now. Whew, said Wolf Gaming. Hard to say. Probably realistically, depending on the day, anywhere from 5 to 15 grams a pot a day, depending on the day. Some pain days are really bad, so I smoke a lot of weed just to try to survive. But and yeah, it fluctuates. Good days and bad days. But I also enjoy pot too. So. Du gehst alle Deutsch durch, mein Freund. Ah, genau. Du hast verstanden mein Deutsch sprechen, ja? Alles gut in deiner Welt für deine Verstanden meiner Deutsche sprechen? Mark Stegen. Texas Pete, I want a lightsaber too, man. I want a lightsaber fucking too. That'd be sweet. That'd be super. If there was a fucking actual lightsaber, man, like how pimp would that be? Especially if you could charge it off like your cell phone charger. Shit. Matthew James, I don't typically guesstimate on harvest yields. I find it kind of like ruining the surprise.
So I don't want to, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to be really disappointed. So I'm just going to wait and see on that. We will see, though, my friend. What's up, Tom Routh? Oh, I know, Cannabis Cowboy. I work from home now, so it's a little safer. Eugene Dolan, there are strains that are better for rainier environments that are resistant to powdery mildew, bud rot, and all those types of things. Off the top of my head, I can't think of like specific exact ones to tell you. I'd have to look, do a little research for you, and kind of look into that. Just because, as an indoor grower, I kind of stopped learning about those things as much a while back now, just because I do a lot of stuff inside, so I can mitigate what it needs. But yeah, they definitely exist though. There's definitely things that are more prone to survival, shall we say, in those types of environments. Taz and Blondie, much love and sweet dreams to you and Ottawa. Have a wonderful night, my friends. Stan Alk, you stop. Shh. Stan Alk, dude. Come on now. Do. You mean, yeah, moving on there, Stan Alk. Oh my God. And Richard S., I don't know if I fully understand your joke. It sounds funny because you're laughing, but I don't understand it. But that's probably my own ignorance, my friend, so don't feel bad. Dude, right, Michael? Well, it was funny because I was sitting in the kitchen that night and I was sitting there like drunk and stoned, and then Jenna took the dogs out, right? And I was like, man, wouldn't it be bad if like your wife was out with the dogs and like a cougar came or some shit? And then all of a sudden, like Betty freaked out and like hid behind Jenna, and Jenna's like, what? And then Mogwai just stopped, and he's like staring off through the fucking gate into like the woods there, and then he just threw himself the fence, and just like she said, he was making barking noises she didn't know he could make. This dog was scared to go downstairs for 6 months. Like, he has been the more nervous one usually out of the two. But he went into battle mode, and then the next day when we found out that there was in fact a cougar in the park, and then I went out the next day and saw it, and it was crazy. I just looked at my little puppy there, little Mogwai. He's sitting in his bed right now. That's him there in his bed. Flip the camera. There we go. That's him there, and he protected his mommy and sister. And I was a proud pot squatch daddy that day. Yeah, no, in Canada we got to get special licenses for handguns. No, we just got to get our special right licenses for that. I got to go do all that. Texas Pete has an amazing collection, everyone. It's beautiful. Down in Texas. Makes sense. What's up, Michael Garcia, my friend? How you doing? Just trying to read here, everybody, and keep up here. See, exactly, Cannabis Cowboy. I need to get there in terms of my licensing one day. I'd like to collect some things. Um, oh, see, I was their bartender, Cannabis Cowboy, for years, the Bar Cougars, so I know how to handle them. I'm their kryptonite. Cougars are easy. And for any older ladies who are watching this right now, I don't mean that in a condescending way. It's just, your kind and my kind have always got along very well. And we just are just fine. I was the hairy bartender, man. No worries, Eugene Dolan. Well, it would certainly be one way to send a bright statement, Ken Justin, I'll tell you. One second here, everybody. I'm trying to read. Oh, fuck, I'm so far behind again. Damn, I suck at this these days. I'm trying, everybody, to keep up. I apologize. No, it needs some water. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna bring it back to life tonight. Here, we'll do it right now. So, Uncle Pox watches miracle thing. Drop a coffee in there. Gonna do a little bit of titty boop, a little bit of rooting hormone. Help it come back into life, make it happy again. Just a little bit's all you need. Just a dabble, do you? There we go. And instead of whipping out the complex this or that, what we do is we're going to go with a little bit of organic Medi once, like made out of fish shit. This is just a basic, hang on, plant. So it doesn't need like crazy amounts of shit. So we're just going to do just a dabble, do you? Dabble, do you? Dabble, do it. There we go. And give it just a touch of Pro-Cal as well. With calcium, magnesium in there. Fix that little house plant up right quick. There we go. Little Pro-Cal in there now. And now we let our witch's brew fill up. And we're going to save the house plant. Good call. We're doing it in the live stream. Saving the house plant. We're going to save it right now. Yeah, I was reading up on it and like the rules on that Cannabis Cowboy. I've learned about that, the checkings and all that, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm not really worried about it, to be fair. Because, let's be frank, well, let's talk about guns for a second. Let's be pragmatic. If it's the end of the world, okay, if it's a battle situation, and we're talking about using these guns for defending ourselves, okay? If you're good with a gun, you don't need a lot of bullets. If I only got a 10 bullet mag, well, fuck it. I'm going to switch out real quick and keep fucking killing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we're talking about that and that pragmatic standpoint, okay, who gives a shit, really? Less cumbersome anyway. Just get in there and do your thing, If you don't have the skills to protect yourself in that kind of a scenario, utilizing these firearms, not having a 10 mag or having more than a 10 mag's not going to help you, like. All right, so everyone, we're going to steer things back now for a second to cannabis. So, 1 second here. We can involve guns a little bit in the story of this, though. So, does anyone remember the old commercials about anti-pot where the kid gets the gun from the parents' gun locker and shoots themselves in the fucking face because they're stoned as fuck? Let's all take a moment for a second and remember some of those old Prohibition cannabis ads and how dumb they truly were. Cindy Bachman, I do not have that just because usually the best thing to do is just to download a basic general diagram of all the deficiencies and sit there and compare and contrast. A lot of them look very similar and they will exhibit in different ways, even plant to plant. That's why a lot of times, certain deficiencies that you'll see developing usually will be a lack of feed. If you have a proper feeding system that covers a lot of the bases, you don't even need to worry about that as much. Because often when you have certain deficiencies, it will be more often not so much that it may not be in your feed if you have a good system, but it's more of a lockout that you have occurring. So most of the times with a lockout, you can treat that with flush the crap out of the shit. If you see big bright red stems, for example, or like striations in your stems. That could be a pH issue as well. So you start testing all these types of things. Do you see what I'm saying? But so we're knowing what certain nutrient lockouts is an important thing. But in terms of general farming cannabis, especially when we're using comprehensive systems that basically cover all the general needs, it's more learning about, okay, what else can cause a deficiency like symptom that is instead more of a lockout often. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, Raymond! I remember the girl at the drive-through one. It's like the two stoner kids getting their cheeseburgers, and then and they hit the little girl, and it's like, man, the stoners are like they're not drunks or peeling out. They'd be like, all right, okay, ready to drive? Okay, let's go. Like, I mean, police here, for example, one of the rules the police use to look for stoned impaired drivers now is drivers driving slower than they should. It's actually a thing. That's one of the rules incorporated what they talk about of a sort of stoned impaired driving. So, right? Like, so that one didn't even make sense in any sense. Silly commercial. Whoop. Where the hell's my charger? My phone's dying, I just realized. Down cells grower. What are you spraying them with again? Oh, Richard S. That makes sense because you got to remember, as an actor, typically we are just happy to have a job. So he probably could have been like a super pro pot person in every way, but then at the same time, nope, charge is not there. Sorry, everyone. I was trying to find my phone charger before my phone dies. But he could have been a super pro pot person, but he's like, well, hey, it's a job, right? Like, yeah, I can buy food or get medical insurance. And so therefore, simply put, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I mean, it makes sense, actually. That's probably how it went down. He was never against pot. It was just a paycheck. It's sad but true in the world of actors. But we choose the lifestyle, so. Well, one second here. Sorry, but I'm playing catch up. Okay, nice one. What seeds are you making down south, grower? Ken Justin, that's funny. No, I have multiple ones, but the one I like to use is this one. It's a fast charger. Works very well. Cranks the power into this piece of shit. This phone's pretty broken. I'm in a battle right now with my phone provider, and Samsung's like, if they keep fucking around, call us back and we'll try to help you. So, right. See you later, Cannabis Cowboy. Have a very nice night, my friend. Keep it wonderful. Keep it beautiful. If you had a bunch of Everclear that had weed put into it, what would taste best? Well, it would go really well in a mojito. If you did a mojito where you did an infused simple syrup too, to add a little bit of excess nice. Actually, do a mojito standard mix, but then do an infused rosemary lemon rind simple syrup with that shit. That'd work. That'd be bad. That tastes nice.
So you're obviously adding your Everclear, by the way, in on top of the mojito recipe. So make a single and then add some Everclear infused in there. I'd say that'd be beautiful. That's how I would personally, hypothetically, do the recipe. Well, dude, Blob Jones, I've got an A8. I had an old S7 that worked amazing. It's what I started the channel with. And this new phone they've sold me is a piece of crap. And I talked to Samsung. They're like, "No, man, like your phone's busted as shit. Like it's weird." Like, and I was like, "I haven't done anything to it. It's always kind of done this." And so I did a bunch of these things. They like taught me these codes where I plug it into my phone, and then all of a sudden I forgot this testing screen. That was surreal. And yeah, so there's a bunch of weird shit fucking up on this phone. So, but it's my only link to kind of the world. So I don't want this phone because I talked to Samsung. They were like, "Yo, so Telus lied to you," because I was like, "Telus, I like my S7." They're like, "Oh, but we'll give you this brand new A8. It's amazing." You know, I was like, "Well, but I need the phone to do this. Will it do all of these things?" They're like, "Oh yeah, it totally will." And then, well, no, it doesn't. It's a piece of shit. It's a lemon. So, what are you gonna do? Oh, I would say it'd be fine, Cannabis Cowboy, personally, but I'm willing to drink a lot of things. I do. I make a lot of RSO, Matthew, and I make a lot of rosin. Those are my kind of go-to concentrates. Yeah, a down south grower, I'd let them dry out first. Let seeds set and dry out and cure a little bit before you try to pop them. It's just good for the genetic material inside the seed, my friend. Peace and love, Mr. C's Grow Life. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in tonight, my friend, on live stream one, the road to the Cannabis Cup. Yes, Luke and Jerby, CalMag. I don't use it. I personally using Pro Cal, which is just Green Planet's version of the same thing. But calcium and magnesium are very important secondary nutrients for building strength of plant in terms of yield, just general health. They're extremely important in terms of the dietary requirements, especially if you've got your plant a high performance lighting system that's like it's got the light, and if it's got enough root medium to do crazy things, like it's going to need crazy dietary requirements. I do, Matthew James. There is an RSO video. Just it's one of the older ones, but I made it when I lived in the city, so almost a year and a half ago plus. But yeah, there's a video of how to excuse me hiccups to do that. So yeah, you can totally find that. Nothing wrong with that, Michael Robbie song. You know what I'm saying, my friend? Yeah, Blop Jones. I'm actually gonna try to just build my own Keef tumbler machine, which does exactly the same thing, just make it easier. But yeah, no, we got a crazy yield off that shit. I'm looking forward to the proper rosin bags showing up so I can actually press those fuckers. Yes, I know, Matthew James. I'm quite a scandalous asshole. I pee in my live streams too. I don't think I've pissed in this one yet. It's not a live stream until I take a piss. Stream my stream. The double entendre of stream.
Well, I feel you, Blob Jones. But it's like you gotta have some variety up in it. Keep it sexy. Things get boring, you know. But anyway, everybody. Long story short, I'm gonna start saying goodbye while I pee. And it's been a great first live stream on the road to the cup tonight, my friends. And I'm looking forward to the one tomorrow. And I'm going to see if I can try to do some live streams. It'll be on the data pack, so it might be a little glitchy. It won't be super long, but maybe we can do some at the Halloween ball tomorrow. But yeah, rock and roll, my friends. And I'll see you. I'll do live stream show during the day tomorrow, and we'll go from there. But well, I don't know, hard rock pop. They can get quite violent sometimes. So we may never incorporate that one, my friend, into the show. But oh, don't worry about that, Aaron Bennett. It's all good. I get thumbs downs all the time. It's all right. If you don't get haters, you're doing something wrong. I know. I live streamed during a live stream, Michael Robinson. Anyway, my friends, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to take risks. And guess what? You can be compassionate to others, but still stand up for yourself. But at the same time, listen twice, speak once. Think. Both here, but here. And grow some weed teddies and have a good time. Woo! Peace out, everybody.